Right now, in this very moment, approximately 600 million domestic cats live on Earth. 600 million creatures we consider familiar, ordinary, known. But the closer you look, the deeper the mystery becomes. 100 facts about a creature that has lived beside us for 10,000 years and that we have never truly understood. If these stories resonate with you, like this video and subscribe to the channel. Every week, new documentary stories about the living world appear here, quiet, deep, unhurried. Fact number 1. Cats meow exclusively for humans, not for other cats. Adult wild cats almost never meow to one another. The sound remained in kittens as a call to their mother, but living beside humans, the cat preserved it, refined it, and turned it into a personal language, tailored specifically to each individual owner. Fact number 2. A cat's purring heals bones. The frequency of vibration during purring, between 25 and 50 Hz, corresponds precisely to the range that stimulates bone and tissue healing in mammals. The cat is a low-activity predator that spends much of its time lying still. Internal vibration replaces physical exercise. Fact number 3. In an American nursing home lived a cat named Oscar. For several years, he demonstrated the same behavior. Hours before a patient's death, Oscar would come to their room and lie beside them. Staff began calling families when they saw Oscar settle next to someone's bed. He predicted more than 100 deaths. No scientific hypothesis fully explains his accuracy. Fact number 4. A cat will never land on its back, even if dropped upside down from a height of a few centimeters. The vestibular system registers body position in a fraction of a second, and the brain launches a precise writing sequence. Head first, then the front of the body, then the rear. The entire process takes less than 1 second. Fact number 5. Cats survive greater falls more often than smaller ones. When falling from the 5th floor or higher, the body has time to level out and relax. The cat adopts a posture that increases air resistance and slows the descent. From 1 to 2 meters, there is simply not enough time to complete the writing reflex. Fact number 6. A cat's solicitation purr, the sound used to demand food, contains an embedded high-frequency component structurally close to an infant's cry. The human brain responds to it instinctively, as to a signal of distress that cannot be ignored. The cat discovered a biological vulnerability in humans and uses it every morning. Fact number 7. Every domestic cat on the planet, all 600 million, descends from a single subspecies, the African wildcat, Felis sylvestris libica. Domestication occurred exactly once, around 10,000 years ago in the Near East. Not from a tiger, not from a lion, from a small striped cat slightly larger than a modern house cat. Fact number 8. A cat studies a specific human and creates an individual set of sounds for them. This is not a shared feline vocabulary. It is a personal dialect developed through observation. Which sound, with which tone, produces the desired response from this particular creature. Every cat and owner pair speaks its own private language. Fact number 9. A slow blink is a cat's gesture of trust and peace. Research confirmed. If a stranger looks at a cat and blinks slowly, the cat responds more warmly and approaches more readily. This works even with stray cats. In the cat's language, slowly lowered eyelids mean, "I see you, and I do not consider you a threat." Fact number 10. Cats sense earthquakes minutes before the tremors, sometimes half an hour ahead. In China, Japan, and Italy, dozens of cases have been documented. Cats grew agitated and left buildings before underground shocks. Infrasound, or shifts in the electromagnetic field, are proposed as mechanisms, but no single explanation has been established. Fact number 11. A cat's hearing spans up to 79,000 hertz, nearly 4 times the human range. That is precisely the range in which mice communicate. Evolution tuned the predator to the frequency of its prey with surgical precision. When a mouse squeaks to another mouse, it squeaks directly into a cat's ear. Fact number 12. Each of a cat's ears is controlled by 32 separate muscles. The ears move independently and rotate 180 degrees, like 2 parabolic antennas tracking different sound sources simultaneously. Fact number 13. Cats return home across hundreds of kilometers of unfamiliar terrain. This has been documented in different countries across different eras. Biologists propose magnetoreception, orientation by the Earth's magnetic field. Magnetosensitive structures have been found in the cat's body, but the full mechanism remains undescribed. Fact number 14. Behind the retina of a cat's eye lies a layer of reflective cells called the tapetum lucidum, the bright carpet. It returns light back through the photoreceptors, giving them a second chance to catch a photon. This is why cats' eyes glow in the dark. Every quantum of light is used twice. Their vision in low light is roughly 6 times sharper than a human's. Fact number 15. A cat's collarbones are not rigidly attached to the shoulder. They float freely within the muscle tissue. This means a cat can squeeze through any opening its head can fit through. The head is the widest part of the skeleton. Fact number 16. A cat's claws retract into skin folds like a knife into a sheath and never contact hard surfaces during walking. This preserves their perfect sharpness. The cheetah lacks this ability. Its claws are always extended, like spikes on running shoes. Fact number 17. Whiskers, vibrissae, are connected to nerve endings that register changes in air pressure around objects. In complete darkness, a cat moves without once touching a wall. The whiskers sense the turbulence around obstacles. Their span is approximately equal to the width of the body, a built-in clearance sensor. Fact number 18. The pads of a cat's paws register surface vibrations with exceptional sensitivity. Through them, a cat hears the movement of prey beneath the floor, footsteps behind a door, the shift in pressure before someone takes a step. A cat literally listens with its paws. Fact number 19. A cat possesses around 200 million olfactory receptors, compared to 5 million in humans. Scent for the cat is simultaneously an encyclopedia, a map, and a personal file on every creature it encounters. When a cat rubs its head against a person, it is not being affectionate in the familiar sense. It is marking that person with its own scent. It is saying, "This one is mine." Fact number 20. Cats can mimic the sounds of birds and rodents. When a cat watches an unreachable bird through a window and produces that distinctive chattering, this is not mere excitement. It is thought to be an attempt to reproduce the prey's sounds, possibly to lure it closer. The precise function of this vocalization is still debated. Fact number 21. Cats can drink salt water and survive on it. Their kidneys concentrate urine far more efficiently than human kidneys and can filter seawater. This made cats indispensable aboard the trading ships of antiquity. They not only hunted rats but could drink from the sea. Fact number 22. Cats cannot taste sweetness at all. The gene responsible for sweet receptors is non-functional in cats. The mutation became fixed because a carnivore has no need for sugar. The cat is the only known mammal entirely unable to perceive sweetness. Fact number 23. Cats almost never drink water near their food. In the wild, the sight of a kill and the sight of water are kept separate, because carrion contaminates water sources. This instinct persists. Cats strongly prefer water placed far from their food bowl. Fact number 24. A cat laps water without submerging its tongue. It curls the tip downward, creates a thin column of water, and snaps its jaws shut before gravity collapses it. This motion occurs 4 times per second and was only decoded in the year 2010 using high-speed cameras. Fact number 25. Cats sleep between 12 and 16 hours a day, among the most sleep-dependent large mammals on Earth. The reason is evolutionary. Hunting requires short but explosively intense bursts of energy. Rest between them is not laziness, it is strategy. Fact number 26. Cats experience rapid eye movement sleep with brainwave patterns nearly identical to humans. During this phase, they twitch their paws, move their whiskers, and make quiet sounds. What exactly unfolds behind those closed eyes, which sense, which chases, remains inaccessible to us. Fact number 27. A cat's eyes occupy a disproportionately large space in the skull. If a human had eyes of the same relative size, they would be roughly the size of a large apple. The pupil narrows to a vertical slit rather than a circle, allowing far more precise regulation of light across a wide range of illumination. Fact number 28. Cats do not see red the way we do. Their color perception is shifted toward blue and green. Their world is not black and white, as commonly assumed, but differently colored. In detecting motion, however, they significantly surpass humans. Fact number 29. A cat's spine contains more vertebrae than most mammals and possesses exceptional flexibility. This creates the fluid quality of movement that is so difficult to put into words. A cat can bend far enough to lick virtually any point on its own body. Fact number 30. Cats are obligate carnivores. They cannot function normally without animal protein. Unlike dogs, which are omnivores, a cat's body is physically incapable of synthesizing certain essential amino acids, taurine, arginine, from plant sources. A vegetarian diet for a cat is not merely unhealthy, it is fatal. Fact number 31. Cats mark territory not only with scent, but with gaze. A slow, direct, unblinking stare means threat and challenge in feline language. This is precisely why cats so often approach people who seem indifferent to them. Those people are not staring, and the cat reads that as a signal of safety. Fact number 32. A cat's gait is one of the few among mammals where the front and rear legs on the same side move in synchrony. Camels and giraffes walk the same way. This creates smoothness and silence, the ideal qualities for an animal that closes distance to prey by stealth. Fact number 33. A cat's nose print is unique, like a human fingerprint. The pattern of skin pores on the nasal pad is individual to each cat. In principle, a cat could be identified this way with the same precision as a person through dactyloscopy. Fact number 34. Cats cannot chew properly. Their jaw moves only vertically, without the horizontal grinding motion. Their teeth are designed for cutting and tearing, not pulverizing. A cat swallows in chunks. This is why it studies the angle of its bite so carefully before striking. Fact number 35. A cat's tongue is covered with backward-facing keratin spines called papillae. They work like a hook comb, grooming fur, stripping meat from bone, distributing saliva for thermoregulation. These same spines are why a cat cannot release prey once it has been caught on the tongue. Fact number 36. Cats spend about 30% of their waking hours on grooming. This is not merely hygiene. It regulates body temperature, distributes skin oils, reduces stress, and likely functions as a social signal. A cat that has stopped grooming is almost certainly unwell. Fact number 37. Cats sweat only through the pads of their paws. There are no sweat glands anywhere else on the body. Primary thermoregulation happens through breathing and grooming. Evaporating saliva cools the skin. Fact number 38. A cat's reaction speed is approximately 20 milliseconds, nearly twice as fast as a human's. This is why a cat can catch a thrown object before the person throwing it has consciously registered their own movement. Fact number 39. Cats can jump roughly 6 times their own body length in height. For an average-sized human, that would be a vertical leap of approximately 10 meters from a standing position. All the force concentrates in the rear legs in a fraction of a second. Fact number 40. Cats walk on their toes. This is called digitigrade locomotion. Not on the full sole like a human, not on the nails like a hoofed animal, on the toe pads specifically. This reduces the sound of each step and increases stride length, giving speed and silence simultaneously. Fact number 41. Cats have no biological need for social life, unlike dogs. A dog is a pack animal that suffers deeply from isolation. A cat, in nature, is a solitary hunter. Its attachment to humans is real, but structured differently, not as dependency, but as choice. Fact number 42. Cats display left-handedness and right-handedness, a preference for one paw when reaching for objects. Research found that females tend to be right-pawed, males tend to be left-pawed. The mechanism behind this difference remains unexplained. Fact number 43. In ancient Egypt, killing a cat was punishable by death. The cat was the sacred animal of the goddess Bastet. When a household cat died, the family shaved their eyebrows in mourning. Cat mummies were found in Egypt in such quantities that in the 19th century they were sold by weight as fertilizer. Fact number 44. According to historical accounts, a Persian commander used cats as a shield at the Battle of Pelusium. Knowing that Egyptians would not fire arrows toward cats, he reportedly ordered them held before his troops. The Egyptians laid down their weapons. Fact number 45. In medieval Europe, cats were massacred as accomplices of dark forces. This led to an explosive growth in rat populations, carriers of fleas bearing the plague bacterium. A direct causal link is not proven, but a traceable connection between the destruction of cats and the spread of plague appears in several historical studies. Fact number 46. Domestic cats, together with their feral counterparts, kill between 1 and 4 billion birds per year in North America alone. This makes them one of the leading factors in the decline of songbird populations, an ecological problem with no simple solution. Fact number 47. Cats are a primary carrier of toxoplasmosis, the parasite Toxoplasma gondii. The parasite completes its sexual cycle only in the intestines of cats. It can alter the behavior of infected rodents, making them less cautious near feline scent. Some researchers are investigating whether it influences human behavior as well. Fact number 48. Adult cats cannot digest lactose. The milk that culture suggests giving cats as a treat actually causes gastrointestinal distress in most adults. Kittens drink milk. Grown cats do not process it. Fact number 49. Valerian, catnip, nepeta, produce a response in cats resembling euphoria. The active compound in catnip, nepetalactone, binds to pheromone receptors. About 30% of cats are genetically insensitive to it. Fact number 50. Cats communicate with their tails with striking precision. A tail raised vertically with a slight curve at the tip is a greeting and sign of goodwill. Pressed against the body, fear. Puffed and bristling, maximum threat. A slowly swaying tail signals concentration, not irritation, contrary to popular belief. Fact number 51. A cat's skeleton contains around 245 bones, roughly 40 more than a human adult. The additional bones are in the spine. They are what give the cat the fluidity of movement that is so difficult to put into words. Fact number 52. Cats have no sweet taste receptors, but possess bitter receptors in far greater numbers than most mammals. This is a protective mechanism. Bitter taste signals poison. A predator eating raw meat cannot afford to be wrong. Fact number 53. The cat is the only domesticated animal that has remained almost entirely unchanged in morphology since domestication. Dogs have developed hundreds of breeds through selective breeding, with radically different bodies, behaviors, and sizes. Cats are nearly identical to what they were 10,000 years ago. Fact number 54. A cat's gestation period is approximately 63 to 66 days. A single litter can contain kittens from different fathers. Cats are capable of superfecundation, fertilization of multiple eggs from separate matings within one cycle. Fact number 55. Newborn kittens are blind and deaf. Eyes open around 9 to 12 days. Ears begin functioning at about 2 weeks. In this period, the mother is the absolute center of their world. This is when the foundational sense of trust, or its absence, toward all living things is formed. Fact number 56. Kittens socialized with humans between the ages of 2 and 7 weeks become friendly toward people for life. This is a critical window. A kitten that has not encountered humans by the age of 2 months is extremely difficult to socialize and typically remains feral. Fact number 57. Cats have a third eyelid, a nictitating membrane in the corner of the eye. It protects the cornea and distributes tear fluid. When the third eyelid is visible, it is almost always a sign of illness or exhaustion. Under normal conditions, it is nearly invisible. Fact number 58. Cats have a blind spot directly in front of their muzzle. Their visual field does not cover the space immediately below their nose. This is why a cat sniffs a treat held right under its face. It cannot see it there. It can only smell it. Fact number 59. A healthy cat's body temperature ranges from 38 to 39.3 degrees Celsius. The paws are always cooler than the core. Circulation redistributes to preserve the body's heat. This explains why cats pursue warm surfaces with such persistence. Fact number 60. Cats are the most numerous pet on Earth by count of individuals. By various estimates, they outnumber dogs when both domestic and feral populations are included. The Internet, according to some researchers, contains more images of cats than of any other subject in the history of recorded imagery. Fact number 61. A cat's heart beats between 120 and 140 times per minute at rest, roughly twice the human rate. Cats rarely suffer from cholesterol-related cardiovascular disease. Their metabolism is calibrated entirely differently. Fact number 62. A cat's tail helps maintain balance during running and jumping, acting simultaneously as a counterweight and a rudder. Cats born without tails, like the Manx, compensate through a wider stance of the rear legs. Fact number 63. A cat grooms itself immediately after being pet, not out of offense. It is redistributing scent, restoring the familiar order of signals. Sometimes this also involves absorbing substances from the human's skin, information the nose did not fully capture at a distance. Fact number 64. Cats mark safe objects and beings by rubbing their head and cheeks, where apocrine glands that produce pheromones are located. When a cat rubs against a table leg or sofa corner, it is not scratching an itch, it is signing the territory. This place is safe. This is my world. Fact number 65. The oldest documented cat, named Creme Puff, lived for 38 years and 3 days. Average life expectancy for a domestic cat is 12 to 18 years. Records of longevity are almost always associated with neutering, indoor living, and high-quality nutrition. Fact number 66. Cats living in groups form matrilineal colonies, led by related females. Males in such groups are temporary. Cats in a colony groom one another, raise kittens collectively, and share hunting grounds, despite their reputation as solitary creatures. Fact number 67. In different cultures, the cat carries opposite symbolic meanings. In Japan, the maneki neko, the beckoning cat, is a symbol of good fortune. In Scotland, a black cat on the doorstep signals prosperity. In medieval Western Europe, the same black cat meant misfortune. One animal, diametrically opposed mythologies. Fact number 68. Cats are capable of producing more than 100 distinguishable vocalizations. Dogs produce around 10. This makes the cat one of the most vocally diverse domestic animals on Earth, though the vast majority of this repertoire is used exclusively in communication with humans. Fact number 69. Cats display something resembling grief after the loss of a companion or owner, changes in appetite, behavior, activity. Some leave and do not return. Others search for the missing for long periods. Whether this constitutes subjective emotional experience remains beyond the reach of science. Fact number 70. Cat saliva contains substances with antibacterial properties, including lysozyme. When a cat licks a wound, it is not only cleaning it mechanically. A certain antiseptic effect is present. However, cat saliva also contains bacteria that can be harmful to humans, so the practice is medically ambiguous. Fact number 71. Cats have no sweet receptors, but do have receptors for fat, a form of umami. This is why cats are so selective about the fat content of their food and can detect freshness in meat with extraordinary precision. Their palate is calibrated for a hunter, not an omnivore. Fact number 72. Cats possess a limited form of echolocation. They produce and detect ultrasonic reflections in unfamiliar dark environments. This is not as developed as in bats, but allows orientation in space, even in the complete absence of visual input. Fact number 73. Cats traveled aboard every major vessel of the European age of exploration. There was a cat on Charles Darwin's ship. There were cats on Columbus's ships. They hunted rats, protected food stores, and helped prevent disease during journeys lasting many months. Fact number 74. The oldest documented burial of a human and a cat together, on the island of Cyprus, dates to approximately 9,500 years before the Common Era. That is 4,000 years earlier than the Egyptian evidence of cat domestication. Our partnership began earlier than anyone had assumed. Fact number 75. Cats can jump vertically from a standing position, without a running start. The explosive force of the rear legs gathers full height instantaneously. Dogs generally require a run-up to reach the same height. This makes the cat an exceptionally dangerous predator in confined spaces. Fact number 76. Cats cannot climb down a tree head first. They ascend with their claws facing forward, and descending that way is impossible. The claws curve in the wrong direction. This is precisely why cats become stranded in trees. They come down by backing up, slowly and reluctantly. Fact number 77. Most orange cats are male. The gene for orange coloring is located on the X chromosome. A female needs 2 copies, one on each of her 2 X chromosomes. A male needs only 1. This is also why tortoiseshell cats are almost always female. The coloring requires 2 different variants of the X chromosome. Fact number 78. Cats mark with scent not only for other cats, but for themselves. Their own familiar scent in a known environment is calming. This is why aggressive cleaning with deodorizing products can cause a cat significant stress. Its own world has suddenly become unfamiliar. Fact number 79. Cats drink water in small amounts but frequently. In the wild, felines obtained most of their water from prey. Fresh meat contains around 70% water. A domestic cat on dry food chronically underhydrates, placing a continuous load on the kidneys. Fact number 80. Cats' whiskers respond to the emotional tone of the person nearby. Studies found cats change their facial expression in response to the mood of a human in the room. Whiskers directed forward indicate curiosity or readiness to hunt. Pressed back against the face, fear or aggression. Fact number 81. One cat has been to space. On the 18th of October, 1963, a French cat named Félicette was launched on a suborbital rocket and returned safely to Earth. She remains the only cat in history to have traveled to space. A monument to her was unveiled in Paris in the year 2019. Fact number 82. Cat fur contains an allergen called FeL-D1, secreted by the sebaceous glands of the skin. About 15% of people with allergies react to it. Short-haired and long-haired cats produce roughly the same amount of this protein. Truly hypoallergenic breeds do not exist in any strict sense. Fact number 83. Cats interact with children differently than with adults. Around very young children, they tend to be more cautious, responding to the unpredictability of their movements. With children who grew up alongside them, cats often form exceptionally close bonds, having learned their scent from the earliest days of life. Fact number 84. Cats may be able to navigate by starlight, a conclusion suggested by several experiments in which cats had their senses of smell and hearing blocked, yet still chose the correct direction home at night. Astronomical navigation in cats has not been strictly proven, but it has not been disproven either. Fact number 85. A cat's run is not a trot. It is a gallop, with a phase of complete suspension. At a certain moment in each stride, all 4 paws leave the ground simultaneously. A domestic cat reaches speeds of up to 48 kilometers per hour, faster than most human sprinters. Fact number 86. Cats do not form hierarchical packs. There is no dominant leader in the way a wolf pack is organized. In a group of cats, relationships are built on kinship, familiarity, and spatial agreement. A cat recognizes no authority, only mutual benefit. Fact number 87. Historical records of cats as rat catchers appear in Chinese, Egyptian, Roman, and Indian sources at roughly the same time, around 2,000 years ago. This coincides with the expansion of Silk Road trade routes. Cats moved alongside goods, ships, and people. Fact number 88. Cats can experience separation anxiety, contrary to the myth of total independence. Studies tracking behavior during an owner's absence found that some cats showed clear distress, changes in vocalization, and altered movement patterns when left alone. Fact number 89. Many cats sense an approaching storm more accurately than any barometer in the house. They respond to changes in atmospheric pressure, static electricity in the air, and infrasound from distant weather fronts, an hour or more before the person in the room notices anything changing. Fact number 90. Cats transmit food preferences to kittens. Kittens that observed their mother eating a particular food were more willing to try it afterward. This is called social flavor learning, a mechanism that allowed wild cats to pass hunting knowledge across generations without language. Fact number 91. Some cats bring their owners prey: dead birds, mice, insects. This was long interpreted as a gift. The more likely explanation: the cat perceives its owner as an inept hunter and attempts to teach them, bringing home a finished kill as demonstration. Fact number 92. Cats hear one another at distances no human could perceive. In apartment buildings, cats respond to the vocalizations and movements of cats on other floors, through walls and ceilings. Their internal spatial map includes the floors above and below. Fact number 93. Cats respond to music, but not human music. Researchers created compositions in the tempos, frequencies, and tonal patterns of feline communication. Cats showed clear interest in these recordings and remained indifferent to Bach and rock music in the same experiments. Fact number 94. In Japan, there are cat islands, such as Aoshima, where cats vastly outnumber humans. A few dozen people live there alongside several hundred cats. Tourists visit specifically to see them. The cats run the island in all practical senses. Fact number 95. Cats instinctively bury their waste, an evolutionary mechanism for concealing their presence from both predators and prey. Dominant wild cats, conversely, sometimes leave waste uncovered as a deliberate territorial marker. A domestic cat that stops burying may be sending a territorial signal, not being careless. Fact number 96. A cat's eye color changes with age. Kittens are almost always born with blue eyes. Melanin has not yet been fully produced. By 4 to 6 months, pigmentation stabilizes and the final color emerges. White cats with blue eyes frequently carry congenital deafness. These traits are genetically linked. Fact number 97. Cats spend, on average, about 5 minutes per day in a state of genuine active hunting. The rest of the time is observation, rest, or sleep. Those 5 minutes are concentrated, perfectly calibrated work of body and mind. Everything else is preparation and recovery. Fact number 98. Cats are among the few mammals that show no reduction in brain size from domestication. Dogs' brains shrank by approximately 30% compared to the wolf, an adaptation to life alongside humans. The cat's brain is nearly identical to that of its wild ancestor. It is domesticated, but it is not changed. Fact number 99. The cat has spent 10,000 years beside humans and is genetically closer to its wild ancestor than any other domesticated animal on Earth. It chose symbiosis, not submission. Evolution did not require it to change, because it was already perfect when it first crossed the threshold of a human dwelling. Fact number 100. The cat purrs, and we still do not fully know why. The mechanism is known, the situations are catalogued, the frequencies are measured. But why this sound? Why this vibration? Why in precisely this way? The answer is not there. Perhaps purring existed before us. Perhaps it was here before the cat ever decided to live beside a human. And it will remain, long after we stop asking questions. That night, 10,000 years ago, The first cat stepped across the threshold of a human home. There were no witnesses, no records. There was only darkness, the smell of stored grain, and a quiet rustling in the corner. The cat came for its own reasons, stayed for its own reasons. And in 10,000 years, it never became entirely ours, not because it could not, but because it chose not to. Somewhere, a cat is sleeping right now, curled into a tight circle, paws folded under, eyes closed, breath even. And somewhere deep inside, almost inaudibly, something continuous vibrates. It is healing its bones, or simply existing, or seeing something we will never see. 100 facts, and not one of them explains the essential thing. Why, when it looks at you and blinks slowly, the world goes quiet for a moment.